Welcome all for the happy learning in data structures and algorithm. We are continuing with our fourth module. And the fourth module we are discussing the eighth session, which is about binary search tree. We have already seen the introduction about tree. Tree is not tree ADT. Tree is nothing but a non-linear data structure, and here the arrangement of data will be in the hierarchical manner and the data will be arranged non-linearly, whereas in a linear data structure data are arranged in a linear fashion. We have discussed this already, and the terminologies of tree has been already discussed, and we have discussed what is binary tree. What is binary tree? Binary tree is nothing but a tree which has at most of two children. It has a root node and it has a left child and right child. At most of two children it has. This is what a binary tree is. Today we will continue with binary search tree. Okay, we'll see what is the application of binary search tree. Binary search tree is applicable for process of searching any data from a database. If we are supposed to find any data from the database, we will be working with the search operation. When we do that, this ADT helps in performing the task. We have a property in binary search tree, that is always your left subtree. We know what are all the components of a tree. We have a root node, we have a left child, we have a right child, we have a siblings, we have a leaf node, we have many terminologies in root. Terminologies in tree. Here in a binary search tree, the condition is that your left subtree should always be less than that of the root node. That is the first condition, and your right subtree should always be greater than that of your root node. So when you consider root node, the left subtree of your root node should be less than that of your root element, and your right subtree of that element should be always greater than. So when you start searching, how does it start searching and searching? How the start searching process is done here? So it compares the element to be searched with the root node, and when the element to be searched is less than that of a root node, it automatically travels towards the left. Whereas the element to be searched is greater than that of a root node, it will be traversing towards the right. Okay, this is what the property of binary search tree. What is the property? Your left child should be always less than that of the root node, and your right child should be always greater than that of the root node. Here is an example for a binary search tree. See, you have a node. Node is nothing but the root node. You have a left subtree and you have a right subtree, and always the value k is nothing but the element in the root node. It should be the value of your left subtree should always be less than that of the k, whereas in the right subtree the value of your right node should always be greater than that of your root node, that is k. This is what the property and a condition of a binary search tree is. See, here is an example for a binary search tree. When you consider a root node 25, its left subtree is 20 again. Again 20 is less than 25. Again the left subtree of your 20 is 10. Again it is less than 20. Again when you compare with the left subtree of 10, it is 5. Again it is less than 10. Again left subtree of 1. 5 is 1. It is less than 5. Similarly, when you consider the right subtrees, you take the root node 5. What is the right subtree of 5? 8. It is greater than that of 5. So, similarly, when you take the right subtree of 10, we have 12 and 15, which is greater than that of 10. When you consider 20 as the root node, the right subtree is 22, which is greater than 20. Similarly, when you consider 25 as the root node, the right subtree is 36, which is greater than 25. Similarly, when you consider 40, the right subtree is 48. It is obviously greater than 40, and you consider 48 as the root node. 50 is greater than the 48. This is since the binary search tree condition property is satisfied. This tree is a binary search tree. So now when I wanted to search an element 12, what happens? 12 is compared with the root node 25. Yes, 12 is less than that of 25. So it travels towards left subtree. So it comes to 20 there. Again it compares 12 with 20. Yes, again 12 is less than 20. So it travels towards 10. When it comes to 10, it compares 10 and 12. 12 is greater than 10. So it travels towards right. So the element is found. Okay, by applying this property, the time taken to traverse the element is faster, and your efficiency of your computational speed is also comparatively high. We'll see how do we implement this binary search tree using a linked list concept. Okay, we use a structure here to define the binary search tree. So struct node, again we use a node. It is similar to the doubly linked list. Okay, and how do we have a doubly linked list? We have two pointers. One to represent the backward link and one to represent the forward link. Similarly, same concept is used here in a binary search tree. One to specify the left subtree, and the centermost will be for an element, and the right to specify the right subtree. Okay, and so we use the concept of struct here, creating a node using a structure. Then we have a position left to point out the left subtree, and we place the element in the element field. Then we have a position right, which is pointing to the right subtree. The diagram specifies the binary search tree represented through the linked list concept. We have we have the left subtree. If the address of the left subtree is specified in the left pointer, and the address of the right subtree C is specified in the right pointer. Similarly, B, when comes to B, it has D as the left child and it has F as the left child, and the address of D is specified in the left field of the B, and address of F is specified at the right field of the B. Since B is the leaf node, it doesn't have any child over there. So the left child, the address of the left child and the address of the right child is null over there. Again, when it comes to D, it has two childs, I as a left child and J as a left child. So D will be specifying the address of I in the left field and address of J in the right field. Okay, similarly J, it doesn't have left child, it has only right child. So the right link, it will be representing the address of K. Since it doesn't have a left child, the address of the left child will be null. This is how we represent a binary search tree in a linked list. We'll see what are all the operations we have in a binary search tree. We have insert operation, search operation, delete operation, find min operation, and find max operation, and we'll discuss that one by one. So insertion is nothing but we are going to insert an element in a binary search tree. When we insert an element in a binary search tree, we will be looking to the condition that we will be comparing the element to be inserted with the root node. If it is greater than that of the root node, it has to be inserted towards the right subtree. So we will be checking that condition. If the element to be inserted is less than that of the root node, we will be checking that condition and we will be traversing towards the left. This is for insert operation. Similarly, the second operation is search. While searching, the searching starts from the root node, so it will be comparing the value with the root node, and if the element to be searched is greater than the root node, it will be traversing towards the right, and if the element to be searched is less than that of the root node, it will be traversing towards the left, and this will be continued until the element to be searched is found. Third is deletion operation. Even here it will be checking for the property. The element to be deleted will be compared with the root node. If it is greater than that of the root node, it will be traversing towards the right, or if it is less than that of the root node, it will be traversing towards the left. It will be checking the property of binary search tree to perform the deletion operation. Next is find min. Find min is nothing but finding the smallest element in the tree. Obviously, our smallest element will be the leftmost tree in the binary search tree. Since the binary search tree property says that left child should be less than that of the root node, always our minimum element will be at the leftmost subtree of the tree. Similarly, we know the condition that in the binary search tree, the right subtree will be at the right subtree should be greater than of the root node. So the maximum element will be at the rightmost end of your binary search tree. We'll see the first operation, that is insertion. we'll see how to insert an element in a binary search tree. See, this is a binary search tree. We have 6, 2, 1, 4, 3, 8. Now we are supposed to insert 5 over there. So what is the first step? We'll be comparing 5 with the 6. Okay, 5 is less than that of the 6 root node. So where it will be traversing? It will be traversing towards the left. So when it goes to the left, we have the left subtree of 2. Again it will be comparing that with the element to be inserted 5. Again 5 is greater than that of the 2. So it will be traversing towards the right subtree. So in the right subtree we have 4, and now the element to be inserted 5 is compared with 4. Since it is greater than 4, we will insert that as the right subtree of 4. This is how insertion takes place in the binary search tree. We will see the routine for it. Routine the function, what we do is insert function. We are doing that in the tree T, and element type X is the data what we are going to insert. Okay, when we have T is equal to null, it specifies that there is no element in the tree. So what we do, first we start creating a node. So we create a node to create a tree using malloc function. Using malloc function, the size of the struct, we create a size of a struct, and we create a node using there, and we will be placing that in the X. Then again we first initially when we create a node, initially we have only one element, so your left subtree and your right subtree will be null. This is in the case of when you want to insert an element in the first position. When you want to insert an element in the first position when the tree is empty, this is the case. You create a node using a malloc function, and you insert an element over there, and the left subtree will be null and the right subtree will be null. Else, in the else part, if the element X is what the element to be inserted, if X is less than T, what is T? T is the root node. If X is less than the T of element, then we will be traversing towards left. That is what, if X is less than T of element, when we traverse towards left, and will be inserting the element towards left. Else, it is a nested if else here. Else if the element to be inserted X is greater than T of element, we will be traversing towards the right, and we will be inserting the element towards the right subtree. This is how the insertion takes place. Then we will be returning the value of T. Okay, this is how insertion takes place in binary search tree. Now next is the deletion process. Okay, and then while we delete an element, there are three cases. One is deleting a node which is at the leaf node, and second case is deleting a node with one child, and the third case is deleting a node with two children. If you are deleting a node at the last level, then you say it as deleting a leaf node. When you delete a node with one child, it comes in the second case, and when you delete a node with the two children, it comes at the third case. See here, in this example, we are going to delete 4. So when we delete 4, 4 has one child. Okay, now what happens? After deleting 4, 3 has to be compared with the 2 root node, and since it is greater than, it has to be rearranged. This is an example. This is an example for deleting a node with two children. See here, when we delete a node 2, 2 has two children, right? It has 1 and 4. So when we delete a 2, it has to be replaced. Your tree has to be rearranged in such a way that it satisfies the condition of binary search tree. So this previous example is deleting a node with one child, and this example is deleting a node with two child. When you delete an element, it has to be rearranged in such a way that it satisfies the binary search tree. Now we'll see the routine for deleting. So position of the element to be deleted is considered. The function what we do is delete. We are doing that in the tree T, and the element type X. X is the element that we are going to delete. Okay, the element to be deleted, we will be placing that in the temp. And we are considering all three cases. So we have a child here. If T is equal to null, it specifies that tree is empty. So it specifies an error, element not found. Else, if X is less than T of element, what is X? X is the element to be deleted. Is less than T of element, it specifies that the element to be deleted is less than that of the root node. So what it does, it travels towards left, t of left, it goes to t of left and we will be deleting that element. Else if x is greater than t, the element to be deleted is greater than t, we traverse towards right. That is what it is, go to right, and we will be deleting, after traversing towards right, we will be deleting the element in the right. This is in the case of leaf node. If it okay, now we will consider the cases. If it has two children, what we are going to do? If we are going to delete a node which is having two children, what we do is, if t of left and t of right is equal, we consider both. Since t of left and t of right is it has two children, we do find the minimum of t of right. Towards t of right, we will be finding the minimum element and we will be placing that as t of element. Okay, t of element towards the right. Since we are going to delete the node with two elements, the tree has to be reordered such that it satisfies the binary search tree condition. For that, we are finding out under the right subtree, we are finding the minimum element and we are placing that towards the right of the root node. This is in the case of two children. Suppose if we are deleting a node with one child, we place the node to be deleted as stem cell t, and if t of left is equal to null, it specifies that it has only right child. Okay, now what we do, after deleting, right child will be placed at the root node. When this is in the case when the element to be deleted has only the right child. If the element to be deleted has only the left child, then the t of right will be null. So we will be deleting t of left, we will be placing t of left as a root node after deleting the root. Then we will be freeing the temp. This is in the case of deleting a node with one child. Next is the find operation, find or search operation. How do we normally do a find or search operation is, we apply a binary search tree property over here. The element to be found will be compared with the root node. If it is less than that of the root node, it will be traversed towards the left subtree, or if it is greater than that of the root node, it will be traversed to the right subtree. It will be traversing until it reaches the element to be searched. Until the element to be searched is found, it will be traversing with the binary search tree property. See, this is the routine for it. We are going to find the position in the tree and element type. X is the data what we are going to find. Okay, if t is equal to null, it specifies the tree is empty. If x is less than t of element, x is the data what we are going to search. So if it is less than that of the t of element, it will be traversing towards, it will be finding t of left, it will be traversing towards t of left, and until it finds x, it will be returning the value by traversing towards the left until it finds the x. Else what is the other condition? If x is greater than t of element, that is, if the element what we are searching is greater than the root node, it will be traversing towards the right. So it will be returning until it finds the element in the x. Okay, otherwise it will be returning the t. It will be returning the root node t when there is no left child and right child. This is in case of search operation. Then we have find min and find maximum. We all know that minimum element will be at the minimum element will be at the leftmost of the tree and the maximum element will be at the rightmost of the tree. We will see the routine for the find minimum. So what is the operation performed? Find minimum, we are doing that in the tree t. If t is equal to null, it specifies the tree is empty, else it will be traversing towards left. Since it is find min, according to the BST property, the minimum left subtree should be always less than that of the right subtree. So it will be traversing towards the left. Else it will be returning the minimum t of left. Okay, it will be traversing if t of left is equal to null. If it doesn't have left subtree, then it will be returning t. Otherwise, it will be finding the minimum element in the left subtree and it will be returning the value. This is in the case of find min. Next is find max. We know that obviously according to the BST property, the maximum element will be at the rightmost of the binary search tree. So the routine is position find max in the tree t. If t is not equal to null, then it will be traversing towards right. If it is right is not equal to null, it will be traversing towards t of right and it will be returning the t. So what is t here? The rightmost subtree in the tree, that which is the maximum value. See, here is an example to construct a binary search tree. So we have 10, 12, 5, 4, 20, 8, 7, 15 and 13. So what is the first element? 10. So 10 will be a root node. So what is the second element? Second element is 12. So we compare 10 and 12. Since 12 is greater than 10, we'll be inserting that to the right of the subtree. So it is 10, 12. Next is 5. Again we compare 5 with the root node 10. Since it is less than that of root node, we insert 5 towards the left. So 5 is inserted. What is the next element? 4. Again 4 is compared to the root node. 4 is less than 10. So it is traversing towards left. So again we have 5 over there. Again 4 is less than 5. So we attach 4 towards the left of the 5. What is next? 20 is the next element. So we compare 20 with 10. Since 20 is greater than 10, we insert towards right. Already we have 12 over there. So we compare 20 with 12. Since 20 is greater than 12, we traverse towards right. We attach towards right. Next is 5. So we compare 10. Next is 8. We compare 8 with 10. Since it is less than root node 10, we traverse towards left, and again we compare with the left subtree 5. Since it is greater than 5, we attach 8 towards the right. Next is 7. Again we are comparing 7 with 10. Since 7 is less than 10, we traverse towards left subtree, and again 7 is greater than 5. So we traverse towards right subtree. We have 8 over there. Again it is compared with 8. Since it is less than that of 8, 7 is less than that of 8, we attach 7 as the left subtree of 8. Next is 15. 15 is compared with 10. It is greater than that of root node. So it is traversed towards right. Again we have 12 over there. So since 15 is greater, we again traverse towards right. We have a root node 20 over there. 15 is less than 20. So we attach 15 as the left to 20. The last element to be inserted is 13. Again it is compared with 10. It is greater than 10. So we traverse towards right. 12 we have. Again 13 is greater than 12. Again we traverse towards right. Again we have root node 20 where 13 is less than 20. We traverse towards left. Again we have 15 over there. Again 13 is compared to 15. 13 is less than 15. So we attach 13 to the left subtree of 15. This is all about binary search tree operations. This is what is the binary search tree condition? The left subtree should always be less than that of the root node, and your right subtree should be always greater than that of the root node. And we have few operations: insertion, deletion, find min, find maximum in binary search tree. This is all about binary search tree. Thank you all.